Hello and welcome, Cosmic Quantum Travelers. Thank you for waiting. My apologies. Same normal. I have to bear with me until I've got this fixed. What can I say? Time is literally running away. Who else is feeling the time acceleration? Not that we do time. It's like, yeah, so you can feel all kinds of things. It's a crazy roller coaster of energies. We had a lot of solar activity today again. So whether you feel sleepy or all wired or tired and wired, it's all fine. Aloha, aloha, Kat, Sam, Preeti, Marlene, Neil, Bea, Sam. I said Sam twice. Sam, Astara, Marlene, again, Pamela. I did say Bea, I think. Yes, Kitty is here. Abby is here. Abby Starlight Galaxy is assisting us. She's carrying the 7th ray of the ebony. It is actually a thing. She agrees. She's trying to play with herself with a ball, in a little ball toy. As it's all about Hi Pinky in the Brain, Klaus, Ro, Linda, Tora, whoever else, Rachel, Julie, Sharon, Master Art. Thank you all very much, so much for all your support in all ways and forms. Liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, taking part in the activations, taking part in the party, the Cosmic Reunion Party, which is well and truly firmly on. 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. So it is done. 2222 for me is a source number, which we are anchoring and embodying here. God source consciousness, nothing more, nothing less. So we are a lot of things, but most of all, we are God source consciousness, which we are embodying and remembering again. Kitty as well, which is part of that. Our animal kingdom, our plant kingdom, our mineral kingdom, the crystal kingdom, which everything is held inside of us. Okay, the blueprints for creation are held inside of us. All of us are connected to this. So even if I talk about like twin flames and the original twin flames, or a cosmic monad or anything like this, we're still all connected to this. Okay, we're all one, literally. Just some of us are more heavily consciously involved in those roles that we play. It's really just roles, okay? And that's what we need to remember. So we need to kind of transcend, first of all, the human ego, and then the spiritual ego, and then alchemize it all to come out as God source consciousness, as well as remembering our individual unique mission, our unique, true, authentic self, which is for me our true mission. Kitty agrees. And having fun now, because everything is going to become easy and effortless as we are fully stepping up in embodiment, where none of this crap can get to us anymore. That's literally hitting the fan. The shift is on, ascension is on. This is ascension. We are ascending right now. Most of us will feel going higher and higher in frequency bandwidth. We have anchored a new heartbeat, a new baseline of the collective frequency and consciousness. And we keep going higher and higher. That's the ascent. And however you may thought this would look like, it's already happening for well over a year. But especially since the 9th of January, as I saw, as it's becoming more and more physicalized. So what we're doing here is now we're going to physicalize everything, okay? You're going to make it real, as when we say what real, I mean, what is real, what is not real. Ultimately, the ultimate real is we're infinite consciousness. We have never been born and we never die, and there's only one of us here. Really. And that's what we're remembering. And that's the unity field. That's God source consciousness embodied. And we are the anchors, radiators, the new broadcasting system of this new unity field and God source consciousness, literally. Kitty is going to try and go up the walls. Like, we are going to teleport, bilocate, manifest as if out of thin air already now, and ever more so now. So our gifts, abilities, our memories are all coming online. It's all interconnected with our DNA blueprint. Just one moment. I'll let Kitty out before she drives me insane. Okay. If you want to go out and run around, go. There you go. Go. Apologies. she does, because the energies are coming in as I do the lives often, and then she goes extra crazy. So anyway, we can all feel the intensity of the energies. So before I forget, because in my lives especially, I'm not always fully expressing myself as clearly as I would like to when I look back at this. So anyway, I'm doing a group call tomorrow, and it's really about the twin flame reunion, calling this fully forth and into the physical. Okay, so I mean, it's already happening, as we know, but we keep making it happen. It's us again, every moment. It's all about knowing when to be, when to do, when to surrender, when to, we always follow our guidance from one now moment to the next. That's you being tuned into the source, your inner guidance systems. That's so important right now and always. More and more from here on now. It's your inner navigational system. That's your anchor. That's your North Pole. What's it called? It's your anchor, it's your safety net. You knowing what to do in every now moment makes you basically able to deal with whatever is being thrown at you and whatever may come up now in these crazy realities, as all the old realities, all that is false and artificial and inorganic is fully dissolved, which is basically based on inverted thought forms and belief systems and all the inversions within a consciousness, the polarities, the sorted polarities, the victim-victimizer consciousness programming, all that we have been very busy dissolving and which is done, basically, now, fully evaporating in the field. So it is done. So what we're doing tomorrow is I need to, because also thank you very much for anyone again who's donated, who makes it able for me to do the work I'm doing and sharing this with everyone. But we're getting now to a point where Ascension is well and truly online, and there's a big shift in how we are valuing our energy, because literally us just being in our true authentic self is the frequencies igniting our divine blueprint, our own unique divine blueprint, which helps everyone else ignite it. So, I've been sharing literally free healings for a long time now. And thank you so much for everybody who's been, supporting me in all ways, shapes, and forms. But there are also so many people who don't. And there needs to be a shift now where we are, who and how we are sharing our energy with. And I will always do free things, of course, and lives and whatever. But especially the activations, which I know are very, very powerful. And, sometimes it's like people don't even like the video. They don't even say thank you or, not even to mention donations. So it's like, this whole balance has been very off. And we have been giving all of the stuff away for free because also, as I've been sharing, I've been guided to, not told, but you know what I mean? The inner guidance is showing me that this is what had to be done. And many of us can relate to this. We have been giving a lot away for free or on donation basis in order to allow this whole healing and ascension to happen. But now there's a shift because ultimately we're done. But now it's also like there needs to be reciprocity on all levels and layers. Okay, and us understanding, like I always known my worth and the worth of what I'm sharing here, but I also knew that this was the way I've been doing it, necessary in order to make it available, to everyone. I know I've been triggering a lot of people, but then also, because it's very challenging for people like me, and it needs to be said because I wish we wouldn't need to speak about it and say it. Yeah, but there needs to be reciprocity. There needs to be equal, or more equality in the give and take and exchange. And there's a lot of spiritual consumerism going on where people just take because there is a lot for free, but they're then also not really willing to, support others. And I'm so grateful also for people who sent me like €3 or free, something like this. Or it's not even about the money. Just saying a thank you, making a comment, whether it's helped them or not, would be great. So people like me also can feel appreciated and know that, does it make a difference? I mean, obviously, it's not always easy to tell for everyone. And I know, there's a lot going on right now. But you get me. There needs to be more of support. Like, it's been a big thing for the divine feminine in general. Okay, not being listened to, not being really supported, and being attacked and being ostracized or, kind of like projected upon. I've been speaking about this, and I do very much embody the divine feminine energies, and that's the keys and codes I share, and especially the Hierogamic codes, which is the Holy Trinity, Holy Grail codes. And again, we all do this. But you get me. There needs to be more also within the spiritual community, if we can see out there what's amiss, what can we bring in to create more of the unity field, more of that what we want to see, where we are supporting one another, wherever we can and however we can, and are called for, of course. But sadly, we need to say these things. So anyway, if you do want to join the call tomorrow, because I'm going to take these things more into group settings, one way or another, where people are really, invested in. And you can find the link below in the description box. Also, again, if you like to support my channel with donations, thank you very much. And those who have done and make this possible, all that I do. And again, it's all about, energy exchange in whichever way we're doing this. So we're going to do a call tomorrow. It's all about bringing down, ultimately, time, space, and gravity. Okay, this is beyond just the physical or any kind of energetic, mental, emotional, energetic, still residue of interference patterns or reversals running in the fields between the twin flames, again, which we're all part of. It's these new Hierogamic Divine Union, Holy Grail, Holy Trinity templates, which are running the corrected architecture in your field, ultimately the corrected divine blueprints and templates of the tri-wave, which is the Holy Trinity. And that basically enables us to anchor God source consciousness. These are the tri-waves of the Godhead, as in the, what we know as the threefold founder flame. And that's where all the other rays come from. Okay. And the twin flames carry these rays. This is connected to the 12 original rays, or 13, because the 13 combines all the others. So as within the rays, you have all the different rays of creation, sound and light fields, and then which come from the original threefold founder flames or rays. And basically this is then how creation physicalizes, and we all carry, ultimately all of the rays, but which is also connected to the 12 strands of DNA. It's connected to the 12 tribes. It's connected to the 12 magic grail queens and kings. It's all interconnected. And, as your monad as well, you have 12 parts to your monad, 12 souls within a monad. Also, when we speak about souls, ultimately, that's just a tiny part of you, but we are anchoring again is way above that. So you have your soul, then you have your oversoul, which is your monad, which has 12 souls within it. Then you have the avatar, which is 144 souls running around, unified, and then you go on the Rishi, Ascended Master level, and so forth. But ultimately, it's everything. But just so you understand that it's ultimately also about way beyond just a soul level. And what the divine twin flames are anchoring is really this divine union template, the new relationship templates. They do so many things. And I will basically share more tomorrow of, all the things I know about. Not that I'm saying that I know everything, but again, this also needs to be appreciated in a way. So that's why it's being done the way I'm doing it. So you register. If you really can't make a donation, send me an email. Some people already did. I'll get back to you tomorrow. I will try and combine it all into one email. Okay. I'm trying to have as little admin and technology to deal with as possible. Okay. So if then send an email. Again, the details are below in the description box. You also get the replay link in the same email link that you had. And we do an activation, which will do a lot of magic, as we always do. Yeah. Also below, you can find more links to all of the free activations we've done lately, or some of them, and on my SoundCloud. So again, thank you very much for being part of that. Thank you very much for your support, all your love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I'm not trying to concentrate on that, what doesn't work, but we also need to address it, obviously. And that's a big theme right now. We need to speak up. We need to speak our truth, whatever in the field. I'm not the only one who's affected. I've spoken up about this over the years, other people as well. The healers, the guides and leaders out there that are, integrals need to be supported. They really do. All of us, and we need to support each other. So, and I love you too. And again, but this needs to then also be, there are a lot of people who then sending negative energies, and I get it. And we're all going through a collective ego death, and we've all done it. It's fine, but it's also not fine, and we're stopping this now. So that's why we need to really, again, there's a big shift I've been feeling as the womb is also healing a lot. Okay, there's a lot of womb healing completing right now, which is so good. All of our creative energies, ideas, it's all coming back online. Okay, and this is really our worth, our gifts, abilities, what I'm sharing. I know this is worth a lot, and I know I can make a business out of it, but we also don't really want to play by the old 3D rules. But whatever I'm guided to do, I will keep doing, from one now moment to the next. That's really how I have rolled for many years now. That's the only way to roll right now. Anyway, so we are the masters of the waves right now, okay? And we are fully reclaiming our worth, our power by knowing the worth, our gifts and abilities, the healing we are bringing to everyone has. And a lot of us have been working behind the scenes, not really, again, getting anything, so to say, back, or a lot of what we've been doing. A lot of it is collective work, on the grids and so forth. But even, all the other work we've been doing in order to bring it along. And again, the main mission is full embodiment of your true authentic self, which is bringing a blueprint online, and then that's healing your morphogenetic field. That's your aura, basically healing people. That's what I'm doing here as well. I know I heal people as I'm just speaking, not to mention the activations. So, and again, it's, this fine balance of being just proud, knowing who we are and what we're here to do without being really attached to it, as such. Again, who is really the one speaking here or doing this anyway, because it's really a power greater than me who's keep writing all these posts and making all these videos. Sometimes I'm like, really? So anyway, it's like, there's also so many downloads coming in and it needs to be anchored. So I'm like, it's like you're being this overflowing cup now, where before you needed big periods of rest and then you're like more productive, this kind of expansion contraction periods, which is now more constant. So you can actually have more stamina. We have more of, again, as our blueprints are healing and eternal life currents return through the new blueprints and the crystal lotus flower configurations. You also have more life force and you feel, we're feeling lighter and lighter. We have more and more bliss and more joy and more love, flowing through the fields, through our bodies, as all of this karmic heavy density to just wrap it all up, is fully lifting, evaporizing right now. And again, all of us doing just our inner work. That's the main thing. All right. And just facing that crap, no longer suppressing, because it's really not serving anyone. And enough of us have been carrying so much. All right. And thank you again for everybody not giving up and keep holding the light, keep holding the vision. And I know there's been a lot of, pushback as we are ascending. There's obviously the negative forces also trying to push back in a sense, but ultimately it's happening within your consciousness. It's like you slaying your own inner dragons or your inner demons, so to say, the negative dragons. But the positive dragons, our positive dragon aspects, 222 or 1222, are fully clearing up this mess and any negative energies, entities. So it's ultimately your own, the cosmic dragons that hold the divine blueprints, the whole the ancient gnosis, it's all the same. And they are kind of what first came into physicalization, and then you have the elves and the fairies, and then kind of you have the humans, as I see it, more as an evolutionary plan, so to say. And they care very much of the divine blueprints also here, especially in the island landmass. What's connected or held here are these Edenic codes, so for our new Edenic body, and for the Hierogamic codes, the rotten staff codes. And we're just retrieving and really remembering that gnosis, and that will also help us to activate the new earth grids. And as I'm seeing is again, especially these original twin flames, the 12 or the 13, they are also representing these core 12 color rays and the 13 rays and a diamond white ray, which combines all of the other rays together. And then you have that also represented with a, diamond white flame. And this is really also the ray of ascension and purification. And they also are the 12 original tribes, star races, Essenes, the Melchizedek priesthood, and the blue flame holders. So it's basically they carry the codes for ascension, and they're also ultimately the creators of all universes and worlds. But again, these are consciousness units. It's like there are 13 or rather 27. So 12 times 2, which is 24 plus 3, because the 3 is the core. Which is also the cosmic monad, because in the monad you have 12, okay, but there's a core, which is the 13, which is kind of what has been forgotten about, which is what has been ignited, which is also representing the cosmic mother principle. Again, take what resonates, leave the rest. This is my own perception always and insight. So anyway, so they're literally holding the core blueprint. But there are people that are holding this core blueprint, which is also to me the new Indigo 4 type that holds the 72 strands triple helix DNA of the triple diamond sun body, which is holding this divine creatrix field and is fully igniting it. And again, these are, it's like your representatives of certain, consciousness units, but ultimately we're all part of this, and there's much more involved, because again, as you go up over soul, avatar, ascended master level, you are part of much broader, bigger fields of consciousness, and you're sharing this with other consciousness units within the oneness, if that makes sense. Okay, but we're all here playing roles, so to say, and some are just holding more of these keys and codes, and they are here ultimately to awaken and fully ignite new earth as they're coming to full physical divine union, however that might come about. And what I'm seeing tomorrow happening is really us transcending ultimately these laws of the old 3D physical universe of time, space, and gravity. So never mind. And also, so whether you're a twin flame who's already together physical, whether you're a twin flame who used to be together physical and is now physical apart, whether you are, have never been together, have never spoken together, whether you don't even know whether you have a twin flame physically here on Earth, it's going to transcend any of these last layers remaining of separation, because it's ultimately the pure frequency of true divine love that's transcending all these laws of the universe, boundlessness. So you keep following your heart. That's how you get there, okay? And you transcend the Maya of the mind. And again, there will also be a replay available. So that will be fun. Tomorrow feels like a big day. I'm also getting, again, tomorrow's the freaking Super Bowl later on the day. So it's nice to clean this up before. All right. And we can always hijack kind of negative, also intense and events. I've done this before. I'm sure we might be doing this again. Of like big events. And in the future, we'll be doing this in a positive way. I can see like, concerts and big group gatherings where we will come together and anchor some amazing codes together. And because, as you know, like if you have big music concerts or otherwise, there's a lot of energy and stuff happening. So, yeah. What else? How are you all doing? Hi, also Michelle, I saw you there. And if anyone has sent me a message or an email, I'm really sorry if I'm not getting back to you. I'm just notoriously bad. Ultimately, please don't send me messages and emails. Because I can't just deal. Unless you're my twin flame and he knows who he is. So let's hope he gets in contact any moment now. So you can get this done. Now, anyway, so everything is coming together and quantum completing. I hope you can feel this too. All right, so keep riding the waves. We are the master of the waves now. The masters of the waves, the ascension waves. So we're having fun with this now. Okay, so once we're fully embodied, we can see it for what it is. We laugh at the jokes. We take it also seriously, but it's both end. Okay, because again, it's the children who enter the kingdom of heaven, which is us rebirthing our Christ child, which we're doing as we're fully merging in divine union, our masculine, feminine aspects, And that is divine holy union with source, which is you rebirthing yourself as the Christ as Saphira. And what I'm really seeing is also, it's like again, the feminine births the child and the masculine, they're all one. But she's within us all, has the access to source, and she's the one birthing all of this. Okay. And she's also here very much for the twin flames to really heal the masculine. But he needs to allow this to happen. He needs to really trust her, his true divine feminine, and allow this to happen. And it's within us all. It's like the heart healing the mind. Yeah, the higher self healing the lower self. In a way. And again, we're all of this. So love is what's healing all now. But again, love is many things. Okay, so it's all about having boundaries, knowing our worth, but also being open to healing those who have hurt us if they're open and willing to receive that healing. And again, it's beyond right and wrong and anyone have been hurt, because ultimately you transcend all of this once you're in divine union with the oneness at one moment, where no apologies are ultimately necessary, but they're also necessary in order to complete the cycles right now, in a sense. It's just ultimately acknowledgement of what went wrong, especially for the twin flames, because we're going back in time, correcting all of this, to heal the timelines, to go back to the Garden of Eden, back to the ancient future, as if none of this has ever happened, because that's a timeline repair. As we're repairing all of these distortions within the consciousness and the way we're perceiving reality, which has created this distorted reality. Because we have created it as one, which is what we're remembering now. And yeah, heal yourself, heal the world, for sure. And the twins heal one another. Like, I know you heal with your voice, you heal one another, if you're in physical presence, And yeah, and there are also different types of twin flames. We talk about this more tomorrow. So, but basically it's their blueprints, because they hold one another's keys that are still missing. So what's also the thing why the feminine is kind of further ahead linearly speaking, which is part of the illusion time, and they're both one, is because she holds more of the quantum, more of the code. So the feminine usually is incarnated with 66 of the quantum of them both together, and he with 33, and source has 1. So he has to retrieve a lot more codes, but they need each other to complete, if you get me. And it's really this next step now, level of the mission, in order to quantum complete all of this, is where we go back in time, where they unify again, because we're healing the split. It's fully healed at a higher level, and it's fully trickling down. So we're going to remove anything that might still stand in the way, fully evaporize, and just speeding this up a little bit. All right, because I think, who else had enough of the suffering, the heartbreak, the separation, the nonsense realities? I'm there. Who's with me? Come on. Who is with me? So let's do this, okay? That's what we came for, all for love. All for one and one for all, literally, because there's only one of us here. All right, so the more we can deepen into this love, and this is beyond the romantic relationship, all of this, obviously everybody's ultimately at the highest level of our twin flame. We're all one here. So everybody's helping us do this. But the heartbreak is helping us heal. Ultimately Rumi is true. Like, you have to keep breaking your heart until it opens, because once it opens, it's like, okay, I don't need any more heartbreak. It's the same as, I think, Eckhart Tolle says something like, suffering is necessary until it's no longer necessary. Until you have a higher consciousness and you can see it for what it is. There was never really real to begin with, because it's your false perception which is creating all of this. Because that's what's awakening now, is that anything we see in our reality has been created based on our deepest held beliefs and expectations. So basically traumas and wounds and all the conditioning, all the programming that we've been under so far, it came from many different layers and levels. So all the inverted thought forms and belief systems that the old artificial matrix was based upon, however you want to see that and name it. Okay, but false is inverted, false thought forms. They're not even real. They're inverted, inversions of the truth. And then you get an inverted consciousness, reality. It's all interconnected because at the highest level, again, what is time but consciousness? It's all just information. Everything is consciousness, energy, frequency, and vibration. So we have to go big picture. We have to totally transcend all of the compartmentalization, all of the dogmatism, all of the right, wrong, good, bad, just by transcending this distorted polarity consciousness, victim, victimizer consciousness. Good versus evil. That's what you need to fully transcend. Once you recognize it for what it is, it's in order to allow us to transcend it all, ultimately. But we need to transcend all of these beliefs, which is, again, also time, space, and gravity, because it's also connected to the pole shift and flip and magnetic field shift back to supermagnetism of the mother and natural magnetism of how it was before. And I posted the pictures to this. The only thing I didn't mention in the post was that it's 4 poles, but I mean, it looks like it, and I didn't want to edit it again. I keep editing my posts. So, I already write enough and all that nonsense. So anyway, that's what's to me the new, the sacred butterfly pattern or the Yan Yun flow. Check out the pages if you want to look at it. That's how it's supposed to look like, as I believe, and also in our field. I mean, check with your resonance, Do you really know, believe, think if pole shift is really a bad idea? Why do you believe it? Why do you believe anything? Usually because somebody told you so. So keep going within, keep connecting to source, your highest self, which is the only way you know real truth. And that's arising from within now, the truth that cannot be questioned. It's everlasting, because it's ultimately igniting from within our hearts, the fully opening heart center, our 13th stargate now, from within our crystal hearts. It's igniting everything else. It's happening within the core of the earth, through the crystalline caverns. That's igniting our cosmic memories, history records, which is igniting the earth, our new Eden. Because it's the ancient future memories, which are different to what we used to know, that are igniting a different future and a different now. Again, there is no time. Okay, so it's all quantum collapsing, which is also why time seems to be speeding up a lot. So we are fully reclaiming, healing, and rebirthing our original innocence, divine inner and outer Christed child. And we also came to love the seemingly unlovable and unforgivable, and forgive the unforgivable, which is ultimately us forgiving and loving those most rejected, unacknowledged, unliked, hated aspects of ourselves. Because we're all everything we can perceive in our reality, ultimately, however minute that might be a part of you. Because we're only just judging ourselves here, and that's the end of Judgment Day, where it's like the only one judging you here and at the gates of heaven is yourself. It's your God self. So that's what you need to, that's what the Bardo experience as well is, where you need to face everything you've ever done across all lifetimes. But, it goes beyond shame, it goes beyond guilt, it goes beyond blame, but it just goes like, here is the responsibility. We have all created this as one. This is what didn't work. This is what did work, which is what's correcting our blueprints, ultimately, the consciousness that we hold now, which is God's source consciousness, which can see the polarities, but unifies it within a 0-point field of the neutrality and divine love, but it still knows the highest viewpoint. It knows the highest action to take in every now moment, the highest perception, the highest projection, because it's our projections, our perceptions, our beliefs, our deepest held expectations, what's projecting our realities out there. It's not the other way around, unless we let ourselves be programmed by all the posts, videos, anything we read, perceive, exchange. And it's nothing to be afraid of. It's just about being conscious and discerning of what you're accepting as a belief system or thought form, or whether you say, no, not really. Because you don't want to fight anything either. That's also feeling it, And again, the twin aspect is you unifying your masculine and feminine. That's divine union. That's ascension. That's polarity integration. So anyone triggering you is helping you. So you're like, yay, thank you. So if you're really, really angry, you're like, yay, thank you. I can finally purge all this crap. Because it's energy that wants to leave your body. It's in your cells. It's in your bones. It's in your blood. You need to purge that shit. No more suppression. Up and out with that. Try not to, spray my shit onto the walls. But if there's a conflict, then it's also just meant to be. I mean, who's the one here? Ultimately, spirit is in charge. So you might as well relax. We're not in control here. You know, because if our subconscious, unconscious has been powering all of this up, who's even still doing all the mind control programming? Because ultimately it's always, you know, source is always so self-correcting. You know, and sometimes there needs to be conflict in order to create harmony. The same as chaos creates order and order creates chaos. It's all these polarities. The polarity is the bi-wave, which fully dissolve within the 0-point field, allows these lower realities to dissolve. And then we can create better, where we still understand everything exists in a polarity, but we can neutralize it. And then there is less of these huge imbalances, because it's all ultimately about balance between the polarities, isn't it? And it's also the masculine and the feminine. It's, you know, like they hold one another, you know, they do, you know, yes, you have more of a masculine or feminine embodiment and attributes and so forth, but you also are whatever, you know, the masculine feminine is to one another, if that makes sense. So the masculine is there to, you know, be the safe container and to hold a space for her to really express her gifts and abilities, but that's also happening within the masculine. That's also what the feminine does for the masculine. You know what I mean? It's not just that the masculine is here to serve the feminine, but within yourself, yes, it is. You know what I mean? So, and it's all unlocking from within us, you know, all these memories, the ancient gnosis, and that's what's igniting heaven on earth right now, right here. And we are the creators of all new worlds. So also please share the activation if you want for tomorrow, or in general, my videos. There's been a lot of shadow banning I saw today, or whatever's going on also. I mean, you know, it's the weekend, people are relaxing. I hope you're all offline. So that's, you know, just in general, if you think it's going to help, because obviously the more people can take part is, you know, is also generally good if we can get and share these codes with one another. I can't speak now. Now, I'm also going to keep this short. We had, as I said, an X-class flare today, or at least in my post, I think I said this. It was earth-facing, no CMEs, but you need to see the magnetic field is hugely weakened. So we have a lot of cosmic rays coming, okay? And we had on and off solar winds, geomagnetic instabilities, so storms, and we also had 7 M-class flares. So, I mean, it's just constant now. We're like being roasted. And there's like a constant radio blackout happening if you look at the graph. So basically, this is helping, again, the purification, the remaining attunement. It's helping the crystallization of our bodies, of the planetary body, the crystalline grids. It's bringing everything online. And I think many of us can feel this, how this is like activating very quickly now. If we're doing grid and gate work, it's like super quickly now. So yeah, and they're causing loads of DNA activations. The diamond rainbow plasma light body is coming online. It's all coming online. What can we say? And that's bringing online the memories, the history records, and New Earth right now. So let's keep doing this. And remember to see the perfection in the imperfect and the unreal. So whatever is appearing, whatever has ever happened, ultimately it couldn't have happened any other way. You know, it's the same as most of us had a, you know, challenging childhood or whatever, but ultimately I was always shown it's so we could be the person we are now. So we could learn the lessons, obviously, because we've all co-created and pre-written this, which is what we learn now. So you're fully transcending then any victim-victimizer consciousness, whilst you still hold people responsible, you know, and yourself in your everyday reality. But you're ultimately seeing that it's all perfect. And that's how you're transcending this whole nonsense. So keep trying to see this, okay? Once you heal all your trauma and wounds, you're there. So keep going within, keep healing it. And again, it happens in many different ways. And also check out my other videos. They may help you. And my activations. And because it happens, mental, emotional, spiritual, you know, physically, it's all one and it's all unifying as one, literally now. So, and also our stories of healing, although we're letting them fully go, they're also stories of miracle healings, you know, so share your stories where they're appropriate, which, you know, I and other people do, of course. And that also gives other people hope, you know, that as long as we believe in ourselves, we believe in God, we keep trusting our mission. You know, it might not always be easy, of course, but for who has it been? But this is what's going to see you through, especially whatever's ahead now and always. the inner navigation system and trusting God, trusting yourself is what brings everything to you, because you no longer have the fear, running in your field, these deep-seated unconscious belief systems which kept recreating these realities just in different scenes, different actors and different, kind of environments sort of thing. All right. So become super conscious of your beliefs, your thought forms, any fears arising, just face them and know them for what they are. What is, old programming and what do you no longer need, and just let them go. It's a lot of this is also just arising in order to let it go. But there is a lot of divine union, divine love codes, bliss, joy, all of this coming online as these fields are fully cleared and much better now. I mean, what do you feel? Because again, we are all at different points. Okay, just know this is available, that's becoming available now, and we are all one. We are ascending as one, but we are also still responsible for our own inner divine unique embodiment and part to play and ascension. You get me? So the individual is what we're transcending, but it's also us becoming sovereign. It's both and, as you've spoken about before. So it's time out of time to clear out any remaining clutter, make space for all new quantum realities, and literally us transcending any fear of being rejected, ostracized, not liked, whatever, for speaking the truth, whatever it might be in any one moment. And it might not be nice truth. And maybe sometimes it comes across a bit, intense. But I mean, as long as you stand in your truth, and afterwards you will know whether you can make peace with it, or afterwards you might know, I should have done this, or maybe, have said this differently or whatever, you're good. But you need to speak up. And this is what sets everyone free. You speaking your truth is what heals your blueprint, ignites it within the earth, new earth now, and also helps people around you do this and who you are connected to within the field, groups, your twin, especially soul monad, all of these different soul groups and connections. So it's all interconnected. And again, ultimately we're all one. That's why, yes, when we heal one ourselves, we heal all. All right. So we came to be the way showers, light beacons, the visionaries, the healers, the sages, the oracles, okay, and the co-creators of all new worlds. This is the absolute key. This is what unlocks everything and everyone as one. The whole cosmic monad fully ignited, the tribal shield, which is the morphogenetic field, which is the blueprint, which is the light body of the planet and us all as one, because us together, we make up the light body of the planet, the cosmic monad, fully ignited, the 144,000, fully ignited now, diamond rainbow plasma light body, okay, Merkaba vehicle, multidimensional DNA, all right, the divine template of the 144 plus 3S1, fully ignited now. Let's do this. Timelessly so. It's happening in the quantum. Keep tuning in. It's happening within yourself. It's happening magically so, and it's here now. It really is. It really is. I hope you can feel this. It's a lot of energy to anchor. I find essential oils are really helpful. They really calm me down. Obviously, earthing, grounding, nature, salt baths, or if you can't, like salt scrubs are really good if you do showers. Stretching your body, meditation, drinking plenty of water, whatever you feel guided to, drinking or eating. You need to understand, just don't project toxicity onto food or drink. Everybody needs to know it's really quantum, what you feel guided to eat or consume. And everybody needs to decide this for themselves, really, truly. Okay. And transcend a lot of the programming around, what you might think is good, whether it's a burger, whether it's a cigarette, whether it's a drink, whether it's, I don't know. You know what I mean? Because it keeps changing, and everything can also be supportive for a certain time. It's the same as at certain times when I had my awakening. I remember, they gave me, because I didn't know what was happening, and obviously they can't help you in your doctor's office, but it's like, I think sleeping tablets, I had to think Xanax, or at another time, Valium, or, I was also drinking and smoking joints at the time. Nothing would hit the sides whatsoever. It was just in such a high consciousness. And when you're in a very high consciousness, you can override a lot of the stuff. Now, I'm not, suggesting this, but I'm just saying it's like everybody's different. And at some points you might need, things that calm you down, like, medication from the chemist or, prescribed by the doctor, such as I don't know, volumes or so. When you're really fully awakened, like I remember, I just couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. I lost weight really quickly. I was just so ungrounded. It was really intense. And I didn't know what was happening. I was crying for 10 days nonstop. Like I was a freaking mess. So at times that might be something that helps to take off the edge. Okay. I'm just saying there's nothing really right or wrong here. In every now moment, there might be something, else that serves you. Try to transcend the judgments. You know what I mean? Generally speaking, the same with food or drink. I'm generally, someone who, again, I like natural sugars, for example. Do a lot of honey, but I also sometimes like, normal sugar, and I don't have any kind of belief systems around us that make me feel like it's bad. You get me? So the non-judgment in general, whether it's like who we are, what we believe, and what our opinions are. We just need to transcend it. If a burger or a coffee is not for you, that's totally fine. But just don't project onto the burger within a consciousness that it's so bad. Yeah, if you have burgers all day long or all the time, probably not as great. But if we actually theoretically would all believe together as a consciousnness that burgers are the new most nutritious, vitamin-filled food, it might be. And we're not going to talk about now vegetarianism and animals and so forth. That's a whole other topic, okay? But just get me. If you believe and understand the placebo effect, what we project onto things, ultimately everything is mana, everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. The mind can heal, the mind can project toxicity or vitamins or goodness or badness onto anything and everything around its environment. That's what I'm trying to transmit here. All right. Exactly. Moderation, key, balance, but it also shifts and changes. And everybody is a very unique body. You need to understand we come from all these different star seeds and races. And it's like, and I mentioned this before, it's like in African tribes, they get into these trance states and then they kind of drink like a liter of bleach and nothing happens to them. Because your consciousness just can override all of this stuff. Literally. That's also why Joshua used to serve, sick people that would be considered infectious by others, because he knew it wouldn't infect him. It doesn't. It's the same as some of the infectious diseases they're telling us out there are infectious, and they're not, unless you take on that belief system, as I believe. Again, take what resonates, leave the rest. Because it's all mind. The universe is the mind. Everything is the mind. Everything is a projection. This is all the virus of the freaking mind. This is the Maya of the mind. That's the only issue we're having here. All right? Seriously. I'm not kidding. I mean, I've been going on about it for a little while. So anyway, let's get this wrapped up. All right? Meet me, join me tomorrow. If you like, in the call or for the replay. Again, all of this is quantum. These, lives, everything is really quantum. You're joining us in the quantum field. This is timeless, totally. All right. So transcend time, transcend space, transcend the gravity of the old false magnetic field of the earth, because this is what's, needed in order for us to teleport, bilocate, levitate, fly, manifest out of thin air, turn on, full on, 0-point field technology, free energy, okay, for all. The crystalline technology is fully igniting now. So I see sudden massive quantum shifts are about to fully complete. I think you can feel it too. So you're anchoring a little bit of this energy here. Keep anchoring into the core, into the field, into the grids, okay? It's a lot of energy and downwards coming in. Keep sharing. Also, massive abundance and love waves are about to hit us, already hitting us, but we're going full supernova. That's what's about to hit us. That's what I see. So our divine harvest is here. It's all happening. And all through the completion of the divine unions, within and without, as I see it. And it's all quantum. Big, massive shift. Oh my God, just like the last few days. I mean, it's constantly happening and we keep making it happen. So be the change, be the love that makes the shift and the change happen. Keep following your heart, keep following your inner guidance. It's all really interconnected. Okay. And claim your worth, your creativity, your gifts, your abilities. That's the new worth. All right. Because I already see money is not part of our future. So yeah, also kind of, parasitic life forms, like what's always good is like black seed oil, also parasitic cleanses. Like I'm not saying, don't do a cleanse or whatever. It's just can be different, each week. Also, women do a lot of cleansing through their menstruational cycle. So they need that less than men. It's also something to consider. And they're also shifting loads. I've been noticing really shifting loads because we're not supposed to be in pain when we have our periods, all of these imbalances. We're not supposed to have them every month. It's supposed to be a very different process, not just how it's been of like a 20-year lifespan. You kind of would be able to have, get pregnant every month. That's just an inversion within the biology. So you would be able to, very consciously choose how, when you get pregnant and conceive a child, a soul really, which goes beyond what we have been taught. And again, I can see the whole, because a lot of the distortions is what's been creating a lot, childbirth, and again, menstruation shouldn't be painful. And again, and excuse me, guys, but you also have a woman. You definitely have been a woman in another lifetime, and obviously this should not be an issue to speak about. But the womb healing, because this is affecting men as well as women, is really our creational center. It's where we held a lot of the karmic stuff. It's where we hold a lot of shit, especially for women, especially if we had a child. And I can feel and see this healing massively. So I'm so happy about that. The creation womb of the mother, which is rebirthing all of creation, and many of us can feel that that's happening. So let go of any specific outcomes, attachment to the illusory material world, because again, it's all a projection. We're just dreaming and we want to awaken from this dream, okay? And the only thing I would expect right now is mind-blowing miracles, but just let go of the specifics, surrender, and keep flowing, keep them being the master of the wave. You will know in every now moment what you need to know. It's all coming back, the memories, and that's, you being guided by source, by your higher self. That's all you need to know, and that's how you're fully safe. Really, you will always be provided for. You just need to trust yourself and get to know yourself. And that's when you trust God, because then you know yourself as God. And then it's when the whole universe conspires for you, okay, and even more so because of all the obstacles, all the karmic load, all of that crap which has literally prevented us from fully living our dream lives, projecting our dream lives, which is basically based on inverted consciousness, belief systems, and thought forms, has been dissolved, for so it is. Hallelujah. So it is done, it is done, it is done, it is done. Okay, all the traumas, all the wounds, fully dissolving, fully healing now. And in the future, we will literally just, it's like a distant memory and laughing at this, because that's not laughing as in, you know what I mean, but you can then look at it and say, wow, yeah, this is exactly what needed to happen. Once it's healed, it's like a distant memory. It doesn't weigh you down anymore. And that's what's happening, okay? So embrace the powerful quantum shifts and upgrades. We're making the impossible possible and the so far invisible visible. We can feel this within all of the upgrades happening. And we have reclaimed all of our blueprints, all of our templates, all of our keys and codes. Let them fully activate and ignite in your body. Keep connecting within, into your DNA. Go into your DNA, R&A, quantum codes, fully ignite them, your cosmic quantum tree of life. Listen to the other activation as well we did in the last video. That's really powerful. The white, diamond white Ankh body, which is igniting ultimately our full multidimensional access and self, and the new divine organic creatrix field. And I also see massive shifts in missions and focus happening. So how we're working, again, how we share our energy. So know your worth, okay? And just keep listening to what's coming in right now. And again, a lot of it is in flux. So a lot is going to come in now very quickly. Massive shifts. Very, very quickly. Rapidly so. However that's going to plan out. So just, it's out of the comfort zone now. It's out of the caves. It's out of the, we have been hibernating and integrating our multidimensional selves, our sovereign, God-sovereign self. All right, that now we can come together in divine union with our divine counterparts and soul groups, where we're not losing our identity or sovereignty because of the love we feel. Because you see, that's been a big issue. It's like when you love someone so much, first of all, it's all very intense. Between twin flames, they carry a lot of powerful energy, and then also you have these, you don't want to change your true self in order for the other to like you. So you need to feel fully sovereign, fully confident, fully in love with your true self. And when you can come together, sure, we always align, we always fine-tune one another, you know, we always have exchanges of keys and codes, but you don't want to lose your true self. No matter how close, no matter how much at one you are with another. No more freaking passports for sure. No more borders, no more division that's connected to all the separation. You see, that's all of what you see out there is a projection of the consciousness. So keep seeing how can you, what don't you like out there? Whether it's division, whether it's, I needed to laugh. One of the issues I have is with timing and with messages. I'm very notoriously bad with it. And then I'm thinking, oh, well, I think my twin is the same, just the other way around. In a really fun way. I had to laugh because it's always reflected. So the Holy Grail ignites fully now, the Divine Trinity within through the frequency of love, divine love, true divine love, which is omni-love, which is all kinds of love within, and also divine masculine, feminine, divine inner child, fully rebirthed as one. And this is also, as I said, our emerald and cosmic crystal rose and lotus hearts fully online, fully activated, the grids, and it's just waiting for that final ignition, which again I believe is being brought forth through the full cosmic physical reunion of the original twin flames. It's like, you go back to the start, kind of the last will be the first in a way. Again, it's all one. And time doesn't exist. So that's what we're going to fully evaporate now, fully transcend one way or another. Okay, so keep doing it. Keep listening to your eternal self. Keep merging with that. The one that has never died. The one that has never been born. The one that doesn't die and the one that has never been born. Eternal consciousness, constantly expanding and contracting, constantly reimagining and redreaming itself. So we are the masters of the waves and the lucid dreaming now. Okay, so let's do more lucid dreaming. Let's keep tuning in to our already ascended diamond avatar self, because it's already online. I hope you can feel it. Keep merging with that. Already fully healed. Keep seeing yourself healed. Keep seeing yourself living your best life. Keep merging with that. Keep listening to guidance. It's not just about imagining. It's also about making it happen. It's both and. And let's dance for sure. Dancing is the frequency, celebration is the frequency, gratitude is the frequency, divine love is the frequency that ignites all of this, okay? Our multidimensional DNA. Believing in ourselves, in our power, gifts, and abilities, using them brings more online, ignites our multidimensional DNA, our cosmic history records. It's all interconnected, okay? So these are really big homecoming energies as we really return fully back to the heart, fully back and present at home within the self, which is us fully embodied, which is us fully healed, which is us unfuckable with, okay? Which is us in divine union, which is us igniting divine cosmic reunion, which is us igniting heaven on earth right now. Yeah, new type of nightclubs and event. We need festivals. I need a festival, like really good ones, really fun. With loads of beautiful weather, of course, which again, I see as the consciousness and everything balances out, you will have a very temperate climate all across the world, ultimately, with obviously differences. But it's again, everything is a consciousness. So no matter what, how everything also, the last bit, manifests, whether you see it's like a natural weather event or earthquake, or whether it's like artificially being manipulated, it's still a projection of the consciousness. Doesn't matter how, ultimately. So as we are clearing out all the falsity, all the distortions, all the inversions, all of this fixes itself. The same with the toxicity we project out. And that's also connected to the elementals. And again, it's connected to our own blueprints. As this all clears and heals, the planet clears and heals, because again, this is a projection, holographic, from within. And it's like as if, this big play has been you have a big theater play and everything has been, rehearsed for over a year, and we're just about, the curtain is about to drop. That's what's happening right now. And it's like as if nothing has been happening, but behind the veil that's fully dissolving right now, it's all already online and has always been timelessly so, ultimately, as well as us constantly co-creating this within the self. and as one with one another. And this is also us fully at home, fully within the heart, fully embodied. This is fully getting rid of all the invaders, as I said before, all the entities, all the trauma, all the projections, the negative entities, parasites. It's all interconnected. All right. And obviously we also need to do this through our own embodiment and cutting out anything that resembles that in our reality, like where people are sucking on our energy, or where it's not where there's no reciprocity, where you're just constantly giving, or where you constantly feel sucked out of energy, that's definitely things you need to look out for. Or, we spoke about this, the kind of whole boundary thing and discernment and what's good for you and what's kind of replenishing you. There are people for us that kind of can really, kind of pull us down, and other people who are kind of where we replenish each other's energy, and we are kind of, because that's also a new energy current where it's like ever perpetuated. We're like amplifying each other's energies instead of, sucking from one another. And these are not exactly the right words, but I hope that is ultimately has come across. So I hope you're also tired of this bullshit, of the suffering, of the heartbreak, the loneliness, the fear matrix, okay? The mask, the manipulation, the greed, and just and this is done now. So all resolved and dissolved from within the one mind, fully reconciled, fully healed, fully unified as one. And so is the cosmic monad, because it is done. So keep doing it from within yourself, keep unifying all of your aspects. Any trigger, any judgment will help you do this. Keep it all, pulling it back within, keep releasing. Keep bringing it all up and out, because there's really greater, deeper wisdom in there, because that's your, kind of the cellular memory clearing, and then the new can come online, your true memories, your true gifts and abilities, and all your power. That's how we do this. And again, it's all about the divine union and polarity integration. And join me tomorrow if you like. Thank you so much for all of your support. Keep shining your light. Keep being the light beacon that you are, that you came here to be. We are the rainbow bridge, and we keep walking it until we are all the way home, which is New Earth now, which is ultimately just ignited from within and projected out. Okay, but there's a lot of movement, a lot of changes happening one way or another. So let's see, a lot of surprises, a lot of miracles, a lot of magic happening right now. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being here now. Thank you for your love, and I see you. Bye, bye, bye. Thank you. Bye.